Well, it's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I do when I'm sitting in a darkened theater waiting for the show to begin? I pray. Oh, dear God, please let it be a good show. And let it be short. Oh, Lord in heaven, please. 2 hours is fine, but 3 hours is way too much. And keep the actors out of the audience. God, I didn't pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a story and a few good songs that will take me away. I just want to be entertained. I mean, isn't that the point? Amen. You know, there used to be a time when people sat in darkened theaters and they thought to themselves, what do George and Ira Gershwin have for us tonight? Or can Cole Porter pull it off again? Can you imagine? Now it's, please, Elton John, must we continue this charade? It used to be, sitting there in the dark, you knew that when the show began, you'd be taken to another world, a world full of color and music and glamour. And you thought to yourself, my God, when are they going to bring up the lights? Oh, how things have changed. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Excuse me. Hello. How are we today? I'm feeling a little blue myself, you know. A little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad that I should be feeling anxious at this age, you know. A little self-conscious anxiety resulting in non-specific sadness. A state that I call blue. So, when I'm feeling this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So, I was going through my records this morning, and yes, records. And I thought I'd put on the soundtrack recording to Meredith Willson's The Music Man. I had a craving for a young Ronnie Howard, but then I said no. Let's have a treat. Let's disappear for a while into the decadent world of the 1920s, where the champagne flowed while the caviar chilled, and all the world was a party for the wealthy. Anyway, so I dug a bell, and what do I find? But one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone. Remember? Music by Julie Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's a 2-record set remastered from the original version in 1928. It has the full cast, including Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Isn't she elegant? And this was a full 15 years before she became Dame Beatrice Stockwell. Can you believe it? Let me read to you what it says on the back. Mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Well, gay wedding has a different meaning now, anyway. But back then, it just meant fun. And that's what the show is. Fun. So, would you indulge me? Would you let me play the record for you now? Yes. I was hoping you would say yes. You hear that static? To me, it's the sound of a time machine starting up. All right, now, let's visualize. Imagine, if you will, it's November 1928. You've just arrived at the doors of the Morosco Theater in New York. It's very cold. Remember when it was cold in November? Not anymore. November's the new August now. It's global warming. We're all doomed! Anyway, it's very cold, and a heavy gray sleet is falling from the sky, but you don't care because you're going to see a Broadway show. Listen. Isn't this wonderful? It helps if you close your eyes. Don't you just love overtures? Overtures are out of style. now. I miss them. It's a show's way of welcoming you. Hello, welcome. The meal will be served shortly, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? That's what an overture is. A musical appetizer. A poop-poop platter of tunes, if you will. Something new. What could it be? Sounds like a dance tune, sort of rollicking, maybe involving pirates. Don't worry, there are no pirates.
Yes, madam.
How do I look?
You look radiant, Mrs. Cottontail.
Oh, I do love this dress so. It never goes out of style.
It's a miracle, madam.
My fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it, I must confess. My dress, I love my dress. Would someone tell me why I put it on?
Your dress, your fancy dress was such a pleasure airing it, restitching and repairing it. God bless. Your dress is one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Madam, you're the hostess, and it's happy wedding time. Wedding bells will ding, wedding bells will dawn, wedding bells will ding-a-ling, and we will ding along.
Dress, your fancy dress. Very, very glad you put it on.
Ah, wedding guests have come.
Wedding guests are here. Wedding guests are at the door, and soon they will appear.
Now Roberts, the bridegroom, out here to marriage, and this, that star of velvet small is whom I love a lot. George, that's George, his best man, George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. Mrs. Cottontail, now I've got this wedding planned out. The key is organization, see? Each train represents a task yet to be completed. Pay the musician, yell at the florist, book the minister. This whole wedding will run like clockwork.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
I'm bouncing, producer. I lost my leading lady. I gotta stop this wedding or I'm not worthwhile.
I'm kidding, just kidding. I came with Mr. Felting. I'll be a leading lady if I get my shot.
We're pastry chefs.
We're pastry chefs. We cross our hearts. We're pastry chefs.
madam?
Away, away, away. Good thing I brought my own. Away, away, today. Champagne makes me drowsy. It's really happening. It's really happening. What's happening? What is happening? I'm tricks, the ABA tricks, queen of the sky. I circle through the stress, is my modern apparatus. I'm tricks, the ABA tricks, I gotta fly. I'll see you when they come. Away, away, today. Tingling, tingling,
Well, there you have it. All the guests have arrived. We have a bride who's giving up the stage for her, a debonair bridegroom, a harry producer, jovial gangsters posing as pastry chefs, a flaky Corey, a Len Lothario, and an aviatrix, who we now call a lesbian. And my favorite character, the Drowsy Chaperone. What more do you need for an evening's entertainment? Wasn't that wonderful? And we will ding along. I don't even know what that means. All right, I'll lead you through this record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be hard to follow. So, we begin with the welcome from a love-struck group.
Well, I just want to thank you all for coming. Who would have thought that I, Robert Martin, will be marrying a glamorous showgirl, and that glamorous showgirl would be willing to give up a successful career for me, Robert Martin. Aww. Now, if it weren't for Prohibition, I'd say let's raise a glass.
Hear, hear!
To Miss Janet Vandegraff, the most beautiful girl in the world.
Absolutely not.
Excuse me?
The groom mustn't see his bride on the day of a wedding. Bad luck. I hope you all heard that, because that's the plot. Basically, hang on for the ride.
Breakfast will be served in the Arabian room. Say, a little early in the day to be drinking, isn't it?
I don't understand the question.
Look, all you have to do is keep Janet away from Robert. You're the chaperone and that's your only job.
Aye, aye, mon capitan.
Oh, Robert, who's my little monkey?
I'm your little monkey.
So, the bride and groom are whisked away. We turn our attention to the B plot, involving the producer.
Mr. Felton?
Getting married and leaving show business.
Mr. Felton?
Doesn't she know I got obligations?
Mr. Felton, I can be your leading lady. You said so yourself. I'm useless in the chorus.
Kitty, I told you, blink out what it takes.
But I've been taking lessons. Singing, acting, ballet.
Ballet.
Yeah, I'm pretty good too. Just last week I auditioned for Swanee Lake.
A little annotation. Kitty and Felsick were a couple in real life, Jack and Sadie Allen. A familiar comic construct. A stupid woman and her long-suffering companion. Well, at least you think she's stupid, but in the end she does something quite clever which makes you wonder whether it's all just an act. The irony here is that Sadie actually was quite stupid. Jack had to explain all the jokes to her, apparently. But still, she had a wonderful career on stage. At the time, the theater was the only place where stupid people could earn a decent living. This was before television, of course. Kitty, I don't have time for this.
A penny for Mr. Felton?
Boys, not now.
Perhaps a nice profiterole.
I said I'm not hungry.
Well, then perhaps we could give you something else to chew on.
Yeah, stuff food.
What?
Your confusion is to be expected. Although we stand before you in the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are also
And primarily employees of a certain individual.
A certain individual?
A certain individual.
who just so happens to be the largest single investor in Felsick's Follies, He has sent us here.
As pastry chef.
To express a concern about Miss Vandegraff's impending nuptials.
Specifically.
That if she gets married and leaves the show,
Then there ain't no show.
Say, don't I know you?
No, you don't.
Have you ever spent any time in Toledo?
Have you ever spent any time in a coma?
No, but I have a cousin in Seattle.
Kitty! Boys, tell your boss he has nothing to worry about. You have my word.
Oh, we'll take your word, all right.
but to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. Now, we hope we have made ourselves perfectly eclaired.
One can only hope.
You've gotta be kidding me.
A trifle much.
Don't part with me.
Boys, you can trust the pastry chef routine.
Alas, we cannot.
We're on the lamb.
Lamb's an entree, you macaroon.
The gangsters were played by the interchangeable vaudeville family, the Talls. They were born the Moloskowitzes, but were later renamed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. They were a typical example of a classic Broadway gangster, full of wordplay and stylized movements. Not very intimidating, unless you find dancers intimidating, which I do, but for reasons that would not be appropriate for the situation.
We'll leave this matter in your hands, Mr. Feltzig. In the meantime, feel free to browse the dessert carousel.
Try the Toledo surprise.
It's to die for.
Holy cats, Mr. Feltzig. They're gangsters.
Very perceptive. Now go powder your face. I gotta stop the sweating, but how? Oh, Lord in heaven, how? 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 How?
I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. So, with the plot well on its way, let's go to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He was the Albright toothpaste man. His fabulous smile adorned every tube. Albright was wildly popular in the early 20s because it contained cocaine. Well, it's true. If you looked at the label, it was the fifth ingredient down, right after sugar. Anyway, it wasn't long after that before it became a huge matinee idol.
No, don't you worry. It's perfectly normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. Is it? Of course.
I love Percy Hyman. Now, some people say he was a bad actor, but to those people, I say, shut up!
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man, shaking and a-quaking, trembling like them fraidy cats do. Something big be bothering you. Cold feet, brother, you've got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little rhythm. Young feet, old feet can be uncontrolled feet. You can make them cold feet trot down the aisle. Frosty arches, they can learn to swing. Icy toes can shine. Wedding marches played in ragtime swing. Make frigid souls come alive and take that dive. Old feet, bold feet, turn them into bold feet. You can make them bold feet hot.
You don't say! Well, why don't you climb back into your mud hole, you backstabbing worm? Now I gotta find a new minister. Hey, what are you up to?
I'm singing a song an old Southern man taught me. It's a key remedy for wedding day jitters.
You think you've got jitters? You've got the easy part. I gotta get rice, boutonnieres, a minister. I got the weight of a wedding on my shoulders.
George, it sounds like you've got cold feet.
What do I got? Cold feet. What do I want? Cold feet. What do I do? Cold feet? No!
5, 6, 7, 8. Hold these, turn them into gold. You can make them golden. Make gold beats hot. Make gold beats hot. Make gold beats hot. Make gold beats hot.
Percy Hyman was a wonderful performer. I like to think of him panting and sweating after a long dance routine. He's still alive, you know. I recently saw him on the news celebrating his 100th birthday. To say that the passing years have taken its toll would be a grotesque understatement. They wheeled him out, and he had one of those wide-eyed expressions on his face. You know, the one that God reserves for the very, very old. You know, the one that goes, "Who are you? Who am I? And why is this cake on fire?" Anyway, I think you get the point.
All right, that's enough of that, dancing around like a fool. I'm sorry, George, I was just trying to calm my nerves. It is my wedding day, after all. Well, you could have snapped an ankle. Say, why don't you go out for a skate? That's what I do whenever I need to blow off some steam. George, you think of everything. Wait, you can't go out like that. You might see Janet. Here, take this blindfold. George, what would I do without you? Anything for you, my boy, and no more tap dancing. Wedding bells will ring. Wedding bells will chime.
Just ignore it.
Wedding bells will celebrate.
It rings, it will stop soon. Just ignore it. What? What do you want?
Hello. You have reached my answering machine. Leave a short message after the tone, and I'll call you back at my convenience.
That's it. It's ruined. Thank you. Thank you, life. It's like a cell phone going off in a theater. God, I hate that. Hello, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. I'm just at the theater ruining the moment. How about you? Oh, I couldn't make it out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Sorry. Let's just shake that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. There were no cell phones in 1928, although I'm sure they had something for ruining the moments, bugles or something, I don't know.
Happy wedding time.
So, the scene shifts and we find the bride, the glamorous Miss Janet Vandergraaf, entertaining questions from reporters as she lounges by the pool.
Miss Vandergraaf, is it true you're giving up a successful career to marry a man you hardly know?
Yes. Robert Magnolia will lead us after the ill prince. He amused me with stories of his father's royal interest. We spooned briefly, then proposed.
So, you won't be returning to the stage ever?
I shan't.
You shan't.
I shan't.
Wait, you want that?
Of course. One more question. Yes.
Why in the world would anyone put olives in a Gibson?
I got a question. How can you leave show business when you know you've got grease paint in your veins?
Victor, please.
Oh, Janet, I'm begging you. Drop the mug. Stay with the Follies. I'll give you anything you want. I'll put your name above mine on the marquee.
Oh, Victor, if you think this is about vanity, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to sing tunes no more. I don't want to ride moons no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to wear this no more. Play the socks, these biscuits, no more. Below my signature, no more. I don't want to show off.
Janet, please!
Don't try to control me. I've made up my mind, and that's it. I quit. I'm leaving it all behind. I don't want to be cute no more. Make the gentleman woot no more. I don't want to wear fruit no more. I don't want to show off.
You don't want to show off no more.
Not me.
You ain't even gonna lose no more.
He's great.
Going to use no more.
Oh, gee, I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off no more. Off no more.
Not me. Whee! Please, no more attention. I've counted to 10, and I'm through.
Farewell.
Adieu.
Farewell.
You'll never see this.
Farewell. Big swell.
You'll never see this. You'll never see this. Never see that. Never see these again. I don't want to change keys no more. I don't want to switch keys no more. I don't want to say cheese no more. I don't care if you scoff. I don't want to be cheered no more. Praised no more. Grabbed no more. Touched no more. Loved no more. I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off.
She don't want to show off.
I don't want to show off. I don't want to show. No more.
Well, Mr. Feltzig, it is painfully obvious that Miss Vandergraft has no desire to continue a life on the stage.
Yeah, can't you see it's killing her soul?
Don't worry, boys. This ain't over yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't do an encore.
I don't want to encore no more. I'm shouting for more. Make the audience roar no more. I don't want to show.
That was Jane Roberts as the bride. She was the Oops Girl, remember? Surely you remember the Oops Girl. Don't you people read? She was billed as a woman whose sexual energy was so great that she would cause men to have accidents. You know, crash their cars, spill their drinks, and she would go, oops. Well, I'm not really doing it justice, but the people ate it up. She made a whole series of films, you know. Oops. The Oops Girl. Oops Girl Come Home. And Oops Girl at Sea, which won an Oscar for special effects.
Okay, begging and groveling didn't work, so on to plan B. And for that, I'm going to be an accomplice. Someone gullible with loose morals. I need a, what do you call it? A European.
In walks Adolfo, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Adolfo was played by silent film star and world-class alcoholic, Roman Bartelli. He was the one who later drank himself to death at a chateau in Nice. It wasn't for 5 days until they found his body, and by then, it had been partially consumed by his poodles. Oh, disgusting. Well, only partially consumed.
Excuse me, I don't believe we met.
I'm Adolfo.
You are Adolfo.
Yes, I am. Adolfo.
Not the Adolfo.
Yes, I am. Adolfo.
Funny, you don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes, what?
Why, I just overheard the groom call you a scoundrel. I just heard him say that.
Adolfo, a scoundrel.
Those very words.
Adolfo, the scoundrel.
It's like I'm hearing it again.
This is outrageous. The same as the people, the beautiful ladies, with breastises, for making love. Why,
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes, I must take this groom into our own hands and kill him.
Yes, no, don't kill him. Just hurt him enough so he can't get married.
Show me to this room. Wait,
What?
what kind of man is this groom? A big man?
Well,
A burly fellow?
he's big on the outside.
No. Adolfo no fight big man. Small, pale, weasel, the dwarf. Adolfo can punt very far away. But no big man.
So you're a lover, not a fighter.
Ah, yes. Adolfo's a lover of beautiful ladies. Some say a king of romance.
Well, you know what they say. The best way to get back at a man is through his...
Door!
No, best way back at a man through his...
Window!
No, revenge back at a man through his...
There's no other way. I'm not Santa Claus coming down chimney.
Through his woman.
Ah, woman.
Yes, Adolfo, you must seduce his woman.
Woman.
His bride.
Adolfo will make love to the bride. That's why people know Adolfo is no scoundrel. Show me to this bride. Wait, what kind of woman is this woman? A big woman?
No.
A burly woman?
She's the cat's pajamas.
Pajamas?
She's a looker, an attractive woman.
Ah, Adolfo will make her purr.
Stop it.
Like a cat in pajamas.
Roman Bartelli, chewing the scenery. You most certainly couldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays. Mature, contemporary audiences are too sophisticated to deal with broad racial stereotypes on stage. So, we've banished them to Disney. Let the children sort it out.
Underling, the pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide liquor for the party. But remember, Underling, we have to be discreet.
Yes, madam.
It is prohibition after all.
I'm aware of that, madam.
We'll have to use code words. For instance, if someone asks for a glass of ice water, what they really want is a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe we need to write it down.
I understand, madam. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
Well, then you have it. One less thing to worry about. But, Underling, I would care for a glass of ice water. I found our meeting with the pastry chefs quite trying, and I could really go for a refreshing glass of ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poo!
I hate this scene.
Now, Underling, I really do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam?
Yes, ice water. Are you going deaf?
Would that I were.
You can see where this is going, can't you? It's just a series of spit takes.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
You know, in some ways, the Drowsy Chaperone was quite progressive, having an actress play an aviator, for instance.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
Yes, some elements were progressive, but others were quite stale for 1928. You know what? I'm just going to skip ahead.
That was... poop? Where on earth do you think you're going?
To find myself some lime juice.
Lime juice? For heaven's sake, why?
I'm going to wring out my eyebrows and make myself a gimlet.
Now, you're probably asking yourself, what was this routine doing in the show? Well, it's simple. There's a big song coming up, and they needed for something to allow for a set change. It's mechanics. It's like pornography. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. In pornography, the story is simplistic. How can I pay for this pizza being the classic example? My point is, as in a musical, the story only exists to connect with the longer, more engaging production numbers. What? What kind of society do we live in if I can't compare the similarities between pornography and musical theater?
In a few hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. Oh, my head is spinning.
Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
This is a really interesting scene. It's the only time where Jane Roberts and Beatrice Stockwell are alone together on stage. You see, Jane Roberts was an emerging star, but Beatrice Stockwell was well established and a force to contend with.
I'm so full of apprehension, but I suppose that's normal given the circumstances. Oh, chaperone, have you ever been married?
No, I drink for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Your ice water, madam. I'm afraid we're fresh out of olives.
Have you ever been married, Emily?
Heavens no, if I'm going to serve a woman, I'd like to be paid for my efforts.
Oh, you two. I suppose you think I'm crazy to be giving up a career to marry a man I hardly know, but when I look into his eyes, his big monkey eyes, I just get all woozy, and that's love, isn't it?
Not necessarily. The wooziness could be caused by any number of things. I mean, I'm woozy right now, and I'm certainly not in love.
Beatrice Stockwell was well known for her rousing anthems. She entertained and inspired troops in every major world conflict, up to and including the Falklands War. Of course, by then she was in her late 80s, and she didn't so much as rouse as stupefy, but still, she demanded that her rousing anthem be included in every show she ever did, even if it wasn't appropriate. You just couldn't say no to her. That's star power.
Oh, chaperone, couldn't you at least allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration?
Inspiration? Really, dear, that's not my forte.
Yes, I know, I'm sure.
As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble our way through life's crazy labyrinth, barely knowing left from right, nor right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along.
That was quite nice, chaperone, but I just don't see how it pertains to my situation.
Let me explain. It's a 'tis more mortal world in which we live. It can bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents, Antarctica. Oh, please.
Antarctica. Oh, please.
Still, you mustn't let it lick you. This planet, oh so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your hand. As we stumble along, cross lights crowded dance floor. As we push and we shove, we live and we learn. And when we finally leave the bar and we see that morning star, we pull our bootstraps up and homeward turn. Then we stumble away through dawn's blinding sunbeams, barely knowing right from right, nor left from wrong. But as long as we can hear that little bluebird, there'll be a song as we stumble, bumble, fumble, plumber, as we stumble,
Basically, she sings a rousing anthem about alcoholism. That's what I love about her. She does what she wants, when she wants, without the needs and concerns of others. My mother was like that.
That was quite inspiring, Chaperone, but I'm so conflicted. Oh, please, just tell me, is Robert the man for me?
my dear, that's something you'll have to decide for yourself.
But I just don't know if I love him.
Well, why don't you ask him? Why don't you say, Roger, do you love me?
It's Robert, and I'm not allowed to see him. In fact, it's your job to keep me away from him.
You're right, and I take my responsibility very seriously. However, I'm just this moment feeling terribly, terribly drowsy. I'm afraid I'll have to have a lie down. Now, whatever you do, don't go wandering through the garden seeking out your fiancé to ask him the question upon which your future happiness depends.
Oh, thank you, Chaperone. I just have to know if he loves me.
Such a skinny little fool. Still, I envy her. Oh, when will love come crashing through my door?
Look who it is. It's Adolfo, come to seduce the bride.
I'm Adolfo.
Try not to think of the poodles when you're listening to this part.
I'm Adolfo, and you are the bride.
No, I am not.
What? This is the bridal suite, and truly you're over here. Therefore, you must be the bride.
Interesting argument, but I'm afraid you are a moron.
What?
Me, no bride. Perhaps I could take a message.
Yes, very good. Dear Vandegraft bride, I must make love to you and transport you to a place of pure ecstasy. Sooner is better, sign Adolfo, king of romance.
Well, you saw right through my little ruse. You found me
Ah, since you are the bride.
Apparently, yes. Take me out on face.
No. Not out down fist, out down full. You must get it right when we're making love and you're screaming. You must say the right name or else it will ruin everything. How can I make you remember? I'm sure that you have heard the name Maldonado. The leading man who wins the claim Maldonado. Well, Lord, miss, I am the same Maldonado. I introduce myself, I am Maldonado.
Nice to meet you. Shall we?
Not so fast, so just in case you didn't hear Adolfo, I'll try to make it very clear, Adolfo. The lovely ladies always cheer Adolfo. When I repeat myself, I am Adolfo.
Understood.
I can sing it high, I can sing it low, I can sing it very fast, I can sing it very slowly. I will do it now, but it will take hours. Now let us see if you can remember my name.
I'll give it a shot.
Who's the fellow that you sing?
Adolfo.
And how should you refer to me?
Adolfo.
And who is it that always be?
Adolfo.
Now sing it proudly.
You are Adolfo.
Now let me spell it out for you. For all you lovely ladies who didn't hear it the first time, because you are hard of hearing or something. I don't know. It goes
by a Latin lover. I mean, a real Latin lover, not a buffoon. But that's what musicals are about, right? Romantic fantasy, falling in love with the drop of a hat, spontaneous tangoing, finding yourself in an insanely romantic setting.
I'm an accident waiting to happen. Sorry, madam, it's my wedding day, so I have to wear a blindfold.
A blindfold?
I'm sorry, who am I speaking to anyhow?
It's me, I mean, Mimi. Mimi from France.
This scene couldn't be more ridiculous.
So, you are marrying the Jeanne Adventure, no?
Oui.
And she's very glamorous, no?
Oui.
And beautiful, no?
Ah, oui, oui.
And is it true that she excels at playing both comedic and dramatic roles and has an exceptionally broad range?
Say, I'm having trouble placing your accent. What part of France are you from?
The middle. The Mixed Toast. So, when was the moment you knew she was the one for you?
It's a funny story, actually. I was standing on the leader deck of the Ile de France.
Yes.
And musing over stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
And then I looked into her eyes, her big glamorous eyes, and I felt all woozy.
And then you fell. Oh, then you fell.
Yes, right on my keister. And then I said, I guess you don't have my sea legs yet.
But we haven't lost this off.
That's what she said. And then I knew it must be love.
And then you said.
And then I said, there was a time I could stop on a dime. Forbearance was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. about to ensue. Find the toy on the stairs, the three-legged chair, the hem that's been caught by a shoe. When my two rustic arms started flapping, there was nothing my ankles could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen, so how did I happen to you?
And then what happened?
And then she joins in.
When men say I'm sweet and they fall at my feet, my heart doesn't beat any faster. But when you lose control, it touches my soul. So I'm bracing myself for disaster. You're an accident waiting to happen, a catastrophe destined to be.
I'm the rags and the cellar,
A broken umbrella, a branch hanging loose from a tree. I can see myself jumping and clapping for a man who looks dangerously. You're an accident waiting to happen, so hurry and happen to me. And then what happened?
and then we kissed.
An accident waiting to happen, so hurry and happen to
Well, it seems that a blindfold and a fake French accent have led to a horrible misunderstanding. Will it all work out in the end? Of course it will! It's a musical! Everything always works out in musicals. In real life, nothing ever works out. And those who burst out to song are the hopelessly deranged.
Mr. Fountain!
Where's that philandering foreigner?
Mr. Fountain!
How long can it take to seduce one
Mr.
bride?
Fountain, you don't need Janet no more.
Kitty, I don't have time for this.
But I've been working on a mind-reading act. Presenting Kitty the Incomprehensible. Now think of something.
Oh, I'm thinking of something, all right.
Oh, I'm getting it. Pick up some milk and a loaf of fried bread. And don't forget to shave your legs.
You're reading your own mind, you idiot!
Oh, no wonder it was so easy.
Well, Mr. Feltzig,
It appears that the wedding is proceeding according to schedule. So it's time you get your just desserts. What do you say, guys? Should we whip up something special for Mr. Felton?
Yeah, how about a Toledo surprise?
an inspired choice.
Toledo surprise? I ain't never had of that.
No, you haven't. Those who have are usually never heard from again.
We'll share the recipe with you.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up nice and slow.
Then you got your Toledo surprise.
Can you run that by me one more time?
It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Feldzig.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up nice and slow.
Then you got your Toledo surprise.
Say, why don't we give him a little taste?
Hold it! What style? What grace? What rhythm? Open your fist. Now shake them. Now let me hear that recipe one more time. Da-da-da-da-da-da!
Chop nuts, pound the dough, bake it up nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo surprise.
How's that like?
Peel it, mash it up, throw it in. That's a tasty Toledo surprise. Just gonna feed it up. When you feed it up, when you heat it up, everybody's surprised. Don't let it hit the tap. Try your folks with your whites, split your yolks. Then you got
announcement.
What is it?
Oh, the wedding is off.
What? Oh, God, why?
Now that's what belongs to the bride.
That's not the bride, you idiot! That's the chaperone!
What?
The wedding is on.
The wedding is off!
What?
Robert kissed a strange French girl. Her name is Mimi. She's very beautiful.
I couldn't help it, Janet. She was just like you, only French.
Sweet mother of pearl.
Underling!
Yes, madam.
What's all this commotion about?
The wedding.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
Not anymore. Oh, what a tragedy. What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy. Clear the floor, boys. I'll show you how it's done. First you beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it. Telling you a surprise.
Surprise? Wait until it's ready. Surprise? Wait until it's ready. Surprise?
Wait until it's ready.
Now it's looking ready. Surprise!
Surprise!
Makes me twitch, makes me shake. Gives dessert, takes the cake. Eats me like a torpedo. Tell me you're surprised.
Surprise. Surprise.
Surprise! Why are we dancing? Our dreams are in tatters.
Yes, but the tune is so infectious.
This is the saddest day of my life.
Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. They will never celebrate a happy wedding time.
And that's it. It's time for intermission. At least it would be if we were sitting in the Morosco Theater in New York watching the Drowsy Chaperone, which, obviously, we are not. I don't like intermissions. They yank you away from the magic, you know? One moment you're lost in the glamorous world of music and romance, and bam! You're surrounded by tourists, crinkling candy wrappers and nattering on about the lack of women's restrooms. It's cruel. Oh, it's a power bar. I have a bit of a blood sugar issue. I have to eat small meals all day, otherwise I get all jittery. Sorry. I know it's rude, but you wouldn't like the alternative. Believe you me. Believe you me. I remember my wedding day. It wasn't until 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I didn't eat breakfast. I do. Are you surprised I was married? Well, there you go. You shouldn't go around making assumptions about people. I'm a very complex person. I have to pee now. Don't worry. I'll be quick. But while I'm gone, why don't you guys listen to the beginning of Act 2 of the Drowsy Chaperone?